So now we're going to go a bit into what's happening in Cavite. And so I'm going to be speaking a little bit out of ignorance, but I believe the city is Cavite. The people that reside in Cavite are Caviteños, and Chabacano is a dialect of one of those languages. Perhaps you could provide some clarity on that?
Sí, claro. Hay, ah, hay tres diferentes variaciones de chabacano. Chabacano es el lenguaje,
Okay.
pero hay tres variantes o hay tres dialectos diferentes del chabacano. Hay dos na Cavite y hay uno talya sur del país na Zamboanga. El dos na Cavite es el de mío, que yo te platicaba ahora, el Chabacano Caviteño. Y también talya na Cavite hay un pueblo más oeste de mi ciudad, se llama Ternate. Tiene su propio variación de Chabacano, pero también tiene el otro.
Okay.
Y en el sur del país hay el tercero, se llama zamboangueño. Zamboangueño es un dialecto de chabacano mezclado de más otros idiomas que ya vienen del lenguas de Visayas, como cebuano y hiligaynon y otro idioma. Entonces, si te servilo de mga palabras que ya vienen de aquel otro idiomas, no hizo ta entender el otro. Pero si ta platica hilo naman na mga palabras de español, sí hizo ta entender el otro.
Okay. So maybe could you perhaps summarize that in English as well? I didn't catch all of it.
Oh yeah, of course. There are three variants and three dialects of Chabacano. Chabacano is the language, but there are three dialects that is what makes the Chabacano language family in Cavite, in the Philippines entirely. There are two in Cavite, one which I speak, which is Chabacano Caviteño from Cavite City itself. And there is another one just a town west of us called Ternate, and they call it Ternateño Chabacano. And there's one in the south that is called Zamboangueño Chabacano from Zamboanga City and the Zamboanga Peninsula. They speak a variant that is mixed with different Visayan languages like Cebuano and Hiligaynon. And I what was the other one? But there are other dialects that are mixed in there that if they were using those words, let's say if they were speaking a sentence or a palabrada,
Uh-huh.
they would say like Spanish word, and then let's say Cebuano word, then Cebuano word. If they have like let's say half of the sentence in the Visayan languages, we in Cavite will not understand what they're talking about because half of it is in a language in which we don't speak.
Wow. So that was the next question: is would you understand it? So it's like half and half.
Yeah.
So maybe out you would get some context and maybe be able to piece something together, but it's much different than say because I've never learned Caviteño or Chapacano Caviteño, but I know some Spanish and I can understand 80% of what you're saying just from learning Spanish, but it's not the same between dialects and.
Sí,
Okay.
por supuesto.
So I have a question then. So is there a word close to Cavite? Does Cavite the city mean anything, or is it just the name of the city?
Well, talk about the history of Cavite, right? Cavite is a corrupt Spanish pronunciation of the word kawit
Oh.
or hook in Tagalog. Kawit or kalawit. It was kalawit, and then it became kawit. And then since the Spanish came, they couldn't pronounce the W sound, so it became kavit, and kavit became Cavite
Wow.
because it's a hook-shaped peninsula jutting into the Manila Bay.
So it's okay. So that is incredibly interesting. So it's based on the actual geographical shape of the city, being that it's a hook, and it's based on a mispronunciation that the Spanish were saying. Was it a purposeful mispronunciation, or just they couldn't pronounce it?
It's just a mispronunciation entirely because the W pronunciation isn't very prominent in the Spanish language.